Hi, Honni, how are you today?
I'm good, Erin. How are you going?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure.
I wanted to have a chat to you about something that I've been seeing recently with clients of mine. Although before we start, I should introduce everybody to Honni. I'm talking to Honni Hayton today, and Honni is a counsellor. And do you want to tell us a little bit about your business and who you work with, Honni?
Yeah, so I run my own counselling practice out in the beautiful scenic Rim in a town called Boona. And I've been counselling for a long time, but I guess my passion now is really developing into really helping women to get their mojo back, who are just a bit exhausted, a bit worn out. And yeah, that's really my passion at the moment, is empowering women to, feel good about themselves again. So, yeah.
Fabulous. And I love the work that you do, Honni, and that's how you and I have connected because, we love working with similar groups of women to just really help them live their best life, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
And get the joy out of life.
Yes, yeah. I think
Good.
that too often, women just put themselves at the bottom of the to-do list, and that just really breaks my heart. I just really love to see a woman start to care for herself and really start to blossom again, and like you said, live her best life. So.
And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. So I've been having a lot of women come to see me lately, and they're coming to see me because they want to lose weight because they feel like the weight they're at is stopping them from living their best life. And I work with busy mums, so there's not a lot of time in their day. They spend their days caring for everybody else. A lot of them work full time. They might be caring for sick relatives. They're running kids from here, there and everywhere to sport and activities. And there's just not a lot of time in the day for them to do something that is for them. And so what I'm seeing a lot of them do is they're taking time out on their busy day with food. And obviously this is leading to an overconsumption of calories, which is complete opposite of what we're trying to do. So what I'm seeing them do is actually participating in self-care with food. It's their reward. It's their little piece of happiness for the day. So they might be swinging into the drive-through to get their favourite hot drink, or they might be going down to the lobby to get a coffee from the cafe, or after everybody's gone to bed at night, they're sitting down with something delicious that they love to eat, and it's their time at the end of the day, and it's being counterproductive to their weight loss efforts. So what I wanted to have a chat to you about today is, can you help us define what is self-care? Why is it so important that as women we participate in regular self-care, and what can we do with limited time to care for ourselves other than consuming more food?
Yeah, it's a really common scenario that you just described, Erin, because I think as women, we are just naturally, we're the nurturers, and we're nurturing everyone else, our husbands, our kids, our friends. We put a lot of time and effort into nurturing others. But unfortunately, we do put ourselves on the bottom of the list, and we forget to nurture ourselves. And like you said, we sort of try and fill that gap with lots of different things. And unfortunately, often it's calories as well. So
with food it's quick. It's everywhere. It's so abundantly available, and it works really well, but temporarily.
It makes you feel good for the moment, but then long term it doesn't.
Yeah. So I mean, what can they do to get that long term satisfaction?
the way I like to describe self-care to women, because often they're misguided about it. They think that self-care has to be like a lot of time or really expensive, like, you know, a pedicure once a week or a trip to Bali or something like that. But true self-care doesn't have to be expensive or time-consuming. And the way I describe it is like your car has a fuel tank and you have to fuel it up, you know, all the time. You have to keep fuel in your car to keep it running. Well, we have emotional fuel tanks as people, and we have to fill that tank up or we won't go either. And really the best way of doing that is just one thing every day for yourself that puts a little bit of fuel in your tank. And it doesn't have to be expensive, and it doesn't have to be time consuming, and it doesn't have to have a lot of calories in it either. And like you said, that can be the easy way, but in the long term, it's not. So when I talk to women about this, it really is a new concept, because, you know, as women, we've been taught that self-care is selfish, you know, we should put everyone else first. But really it's a mind shift, and it's starting to do just one thing every day that's just for you. And that can look different for different people, you know, and different on different days. But I think the important thing is that you're intentional on doing one thing every day for yourself. Now, look, that can be taking the dog for a walk in the morning. It can be watching your favourite reruns on Netflix. It can be ringing up your friend for a coffee. It can be journaling and doing some gratitude journaling. So it can look really different for different people and different days, but the idea is one thing every day. And I really believe that when women start to fill up their tank, they start to feel better about themselves. And then I really see them starting to make better food choices as well, because they're not feeling empty and like they need something. And so they're going to make better food choices. You know.
And quite often turning to food is, you know, it's they're searching for comfort or soothing from something, and the food is never going to provide that comfort, the level of comfort that they're after, because the food is not what they need.
Right.
It's the wrong tank that they're filling with the food. Yeah, so and that's what leads to the overeating, because it's no amount is ever going to be enough to give your body what it needs at that time. Yeah.
So when our emotional tank is run dry and we're running on empty, that is when we feel irritable. It's when we're less tolerant of other people. It's when we just feel uncomfortable in our own skin. We just don't feel happy, you know. And like you're saying, then people look for ways of making them feel better, making themselves feel better. And that can be, like you said, you know, a Big Mac or, you know,
or even just a large coffee. And, you know, people they don't think that, oh, it's just a coffee. They don't think about the amount of energy that is in that. You know, there's a lot of milk in those things as well. Or just, you know, the chocolate after dinner. You know, the lollies that you've hidden from the kids in the top of the pantry.
Yeah. And I could feel it myself, Erin, even on days, you know, if I've had a big day and it comes 4:30 and I'm starting to feel irritable, and, you know, I'll start looking in the pantry. Okay, I'm going to make myself feel good. But instead of doing that now, what I do is I grab the dog, put my sneakers on, and I go for a walk around the block, you know, and I
feel it.
Happy thoughts. And I get back and I actually have stopped thinking about eating, because it actually wasn't food I needed.
And I feel it in the afternoon when I've, you know, had a solid day of computer work or counselling with clients. For me, it's fatigue. And I start to think about food and the foods that I crave. And what I've come to realise at that time is, no, I don't need an energy pick-me-up. What I need is a break. I need to step away from my computer, you know, go and look out the window, go and get some fresh air. So if you can step away and actually think about what is it that my body needs right now, rather than just, you know, those cravings that we might get.
And like you said, even just 5 minutes can make a big difference. Just going for a little stroll, you know, having a look at the mountains just for 5 minutes can sort of reset your mind and give you that little pick me up that you're sort of wanting.
Because you're giving your body what it needs.
That's right, yeah.
We're giving our mind what it needs.
Yeah.
So if women are watching this video and if they're struggling to think, well, I don't even know what I like. You know, it's been so long since I've done anything for myself. I don't even know what I would do if I had made a bit of time to look after myself. So have you got anything that you could help, you know, kickstart that process for women?
That's a really common thing also that I hear from women, because, you know, they want to feel better in their own skin. They want to, you know, get that energy back and feel happier with their kids and their husband. And they get it. They know that self-care is important. But the next thing is I just don't have time. So I talk to women about, like I said, just doing one thing every day that's just for themselves. And so what's come out of that is I've actually created a 30-day calendar, and it just has one thing every day, like a little suggestion, one thing every day that you can tick off when you've done it. And I don't know, I'm a tick off type person. It sort of helps.
Love a list.
Yeah, exactly. You sort of stick it on the fridge and tick it off when you've done it. It's just got some suggestions to get you started, some ideas. And the idea is like you said, just to kickstart that self-care journey. So it gives you that 30 days of just really getting into the swing. And then my hope is, and my belief is, that you'll get into a bit of a habit and come up with your own things that make you feel good. But it's just a simple way to get going, just a 30-day self-care calendar. Yeah,
I love it. So where can women find that if they want to get their hands on that?
So I've got a link to that. I've got it on my Instagram bio if people are following me on Instagram.
What's your handle on Instagram?
Honni Hayton Counselling.
Okay,
so,
I'll pop those links in the comments as well.
Great.
Have you got a website, Honni?
And my website, www.honnihaytoncounsellling.com.au, and that also has a link to the calendar as well. So it's just a free calendar that you can download and print out and just stick on the fridge where everyone can see it.
Excellent. And you've got a private Facebook group as well for women if they're wanting to, you know, get support from other women who are new to the self-care thing. Yeah?
It's
so
awesome.
Where can we find that?
Yeah, so on Facebook, so self-care group with me. And I think if you went through my Facebook page, there would be, a link to that. If you go to that and just ask to join that. And it's just a really lovely, safe place where we're just sharing our self-care journey with each other. And it's really lovely because women are putting in little tips and ideas, and it's just encouraging to know that you're not the only one who struggles with this.
Yeah.
And I just love seeing the mindset change. I just love to see women, you know, starting to feel good in their own skin and just getting their power back and just starting to love life. So that just makes it all worthwhile. So so I'd encourage anyone who'd like to be a part of that group to join. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I certainly encourage everybody to head to Honni's website and download that calendar of 30 things you can do to self-care every day, and ask to join Honni's private Facebook group as well. I'll put all of the links in the comment section underneath this video for everybody. Well, thank you, Honni. That was fabulous. So hopefully we've given our ladies that we work with some ideas on how to care for themselves better without food.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I love your work too, Erin. I love you helping the women too with your non-diet approach. It's really inspiring.
Thank you,
awesome.
Honni. Yeah, it's important work that we do, and we're very lucky to work with the women that we do.
Definitely. Yeah. Thanks,
all right.
Erin.
Well, it was lovely to catch up. Thank you for all of those nuggets of wisdom, and we'll make sure that we catch up again to share some more information for everybody.
Sounds great.
Okay,
Thanks,
have a good day. Bye.